What's going on, everybody? Today I got 10 tips that anybody can do right now. And I guarantee you, most of you are probably missing a few of these, and you're going to see improvement as soon as you apply these. Let's get into it. For some of you that have stopped by this channel before, you might have noticed that I missed a week last week. It was the first week I missed making a video in 86 weeks. The reason for it is kind of interesting, and it's going to kind of play into what next week's video is going to be. But just to give you a little bit of foreshadowing, it's about burnout, and it's about pushing ourselves too far. So if you want to tune in for that, make sure you guys subscribe up. But anyway, let's get to these 10 tips that are super easy. Tip number 1, always find ways to keep your chat involved in your stream. So it's easy as a streamer to get locked into your first couple chatters and talk to them directly. But the trick is to learn how to talk to your comments as a group. So anybody that comes into the stream can keep talking and be part of the conversations. When you're in the hot seat and you're streaming, you got to control the conversations as best as you can, especially when you're just growing your chat. So try to find ways to include everybody or lurkers or anything else. Keep topics broad and expand on asking questions to your audience. If you need any more insight on this, the Ask Answer approach is another video that I've made before. I'll pin it over here on this side at the end of the video. It'll be right there. So the Ask Answer approach is super easy to do. Just takes a little bit of practice, but include everyone in your chat instead of focusing in on one person, because that'll throw off all those other viewers. All right, tip number 2. Avoid the top left corner in streaming on Facebook gaming. This is a huge, huge annoyance. I see this all the time, and yes, now you can tap it and you can move the live to the center of your phone or wherever you're viewing. You can move it, but you're asking your audience to take an extra step, which they're not going to do. This is a very awkward way to stream when you have your camera up in the top left corner, and then guess what? Right above your face, it says live with your view counter on it. You can't even see you as a streamer. Avoid the top left corner. It's the no-no zone. Go a little bit below, go anywhere across the middle, or the bottom corners are always good to go. I think the bottom, this side over here, this corner is preferred if you make a lot of TikTok videos, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's the sweet spot, so you don't have your face over a bunch of other things. But anyway, tip number 3, stop watching your live viewer counter. I've said this before, I still stand by this. It doesn't matter how big you are. Stop watching your viewer counter. It should not have any bearing on how you're going to stream or how you're going to talk or how you're going to act when you are live. That number means absolutely nothing to you after you go live. It all matters on how you are doing, talking, controlling your stream. The view counter should have no weight on that, and I don't know a single person that isn't affected by that to some degree. So just stop watching your view counter. It's pointless. Tip number 4, avoid links in your descriptions and your titles, anywhere really that Facebook can kind of see it or flag it. Dropping links in these areas seems to have some effect on the algorithm, or seems to have a negative effect on streamers. I noticed that a lot of streamers that complain about losing their reach, when I go onto their pages and I look through the descriptions, there's tons of links and different things for affiliate links and everything else like that. I don't think Facebook likes driving traffic off their platform. So if I'm not 100% certain on this, but I don't use any links in my descriptions at all. The only time I ever put links is I'll use a chatbot to occasionally put some in my chat feed, but I never put it directly in an area where Facebook could kind of track it. This is a theory, but this is what I do. I don't have an issue with my algorithm reach. If you are, and that's something you change, maybe that's the issue. Don't reuse the same description every single stream. It's lazy. And I know the temptation to do this, or if you're carrying on with the same kind of content, but try to be creative with this every time you go live and try to keep it fresh and try to keep it going. It only takes a few minutes a day to put some thought into the description of your streams. If you have it planned out, you have something clever there to get people there, because that's what people see. When they open up their phones, they get the notification, they're going to see a title. They're probably going to see that description. How are you going to get your audience to your live stream? Don't use the same thing over and over. They're going to get bored with it. Get creative with it. Have a little fun. All right, next tip. Tip number 6, watch your own streams and decide if it's something that you would want to watch. You should be making content that you can stomach. You should be making content that you can actually watch and entertain yourself on a little bit. I know that sounds incredibly vain to like watch your own stream, but you have to watch your own stream to self-evaluate, to learn how to improve yourself as a streamer. If you are not doing this and you have any kind of downward trend going on right now, start watching your stream and taking notes, because I guarantee you're going to start seeing why things are going downhill. So many people just avoid watching their own streams. They go live, they get done being live, and then they don't even pay attention to it ever again. And there's so much to learn from watching ourselves and learning what we need to improve. We are not perfect. I'm not a perfect streamer. I make mistakes all the time. You are not a perfect streamer. You're going to make mistakes all the time. And you're going to get bad habits that you're going to be unaware of until you start watching your own stream and you realize, holy crap, I do that all the time and it's super annoying. Maybe I should fix that. See? Start watching your own streams. Tip number 7. This is a personal preference, but get rid of star goals. Don't talk about stars. Don't beg for stars. Unless you are doing a certain benefit or you're raising money for a charity or something like that, stars on your stream never look great. The goals and all that kind of stuff is just not information that you need to put on your stream. As soon as I got rid of all that crap on my stream, I made 3 times the amount of money that I was making. It's that simple. Unless you ask for stars or bring it up at all, have some clever sound alerts to go off when you get stars. Be thankful when you get stars. Thank people directly when you get stars, whether you're live or not. But don't post it on there. Don't have star goal this, and I want to raise this much money because I need to buy a new this. Those tend to be viewed in a negative light from your viewers. And yes, it's very true. If you're asking people for stars because you got to pay rent or you got to raise money to buy something for your own, it's just not good. Trust me, get rid of the star goals and you'll start seeing an upward trend. If you have gotten stars in the past, you'll see more coming in, and you will get this comment sooner or later. You will get this comment from a viewer. I really appreciate that you don't ask for stars. Tip number 8. You can develop a better way of speaking to your chat by pretending that you're always talking to an audience, whether you're live or not. I know it's kind of strange, but the more you talk and the more you talk in situations where it's kind of awkward, the better you will get at talking. I never considered myself a good public speaker whatsoever. I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to the English language in general. And this has only improved it. Making YouTube videos and going live and practicing scripts and all this kind of stuff has really improved me as a streamer. I can talk clearly for the most part. I can make sense. I can keep things going. There's not a lot of dull space in my stream. Always practice like you're talking to an audience. Record yourself talking. Watch the recordings. See where you can improve. See where you stumble up. And for the love of God, look up improv, because it works. It really does. Improv is a great tool to get yourself in that loose mind space of it's okay to just talk instead of worrying about what you're going to say. It's more fluid and it's more enjoyable for your audience, which is your priority. Without them, we have nothing as streamers. Tip number 9. Don't worry about other streamers in your chat. Don't worry if they come in with their own page. Don't worry if they even blast a link. It has no effect on your streams whatsoever. Everyone gets real protective and they worry about this, and they have rules in their chat about don't self-promote and everything else. The only time self-promoting should be frowned upon is if somebody comes into your chat and they are a streamer and they say, hey, I'm a streamer, come check out here, and they don't know you and they don't have anything to do with anything. Like, that's considered rude. But if a streamer comes into your chat and just says hello, they're probably just there saying hello. And Facebook streamers have this terrible mindset of thinking that everyone's out to get everybody. That does exist. I'm not going to pretend that that doesn't exist, but for the most part, people are not trying to poach other people's viewers all the time. Look at it this way. If you're on a platform like Twitch, every single name that is in your chat could potentially be a streamer because they can all go live on their pages. Nobody cares about it there. And there's 10 times more streamers on Twitch watching other streamers and supporting each other. But for some reason, Facebook streamers get real protective about it. It's not going to affect your view count at all. It has no negative effect on you as a streamer. The only time it's going to look bad is if you make a big stink about somebody coming in under another streamer's name. I hope this makes sense. Tip number 10. This is going to be the weirdest advice I probably have given in a long time. I want you to find a streamer you don't like that's successful. I want you to find a streamer that you can't stand to watch but is very successful, and start taking notes on why you think they are successful. You will learn so much more from watching streamers that you don't actually care for, because it's going to get you in that mindset of finding out what works on their stream, and you can start taking those notes down. You can start learning why overall certain things work universally across streams. And I'll give you a little bit of an extra if you made it to the end of this video. Things that always work in live streaming are talking to your chat, paying attention to your chat, acknowledging likes, always being part and present with your chat. Your chat is always your priority. I have a very, very busy chat. I average anywhere from like 2,000 comments to 3,000 comments in a 2-hour stream. It goes by like crazy, but I constantly visit my chat and try to catch as much as I can. Focus on your chat, focus on your audience. Don't worry about all the extra noise, and get a little bit better at communicating and being yourself and getting the flow down. And I promise you guys will see improvements on your stream. I hope you enjoyed this video. Consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel. That way you can keep up with my content, making us all better streamers. I think I might be making bi-weekly content from now on out, and that will have something to do with the next video that I get out here. And there's going to be entertainment content that I'm going to be adding to this channel as well, and we're going to talk about why I'm doing that. And we're about to see a turn on this whole channel. For those of you who have been watching from the beginning, this is going to be a very interesting time where I change my YouTube channel just a hair because of things that are going on over here and here. But you'll have to stay tuned for that. Take care.